Hey everyone, make sure you join the Coiners Club Discord channel so that you can learn how to save money on Evony. And you're going to be amongst people that coin, and they're going to be able to show you things that they buy in packs. And a lot of people share screenshots and all that kind of stuff. So I am going to show you guys what you get in the Officer Skill Book and to see if this is a good deal or not. I did go back and forth if I wanted to do a triple coupon on this because I really wanted to do Lost Treasure as well, but I decided to be responsible and do triple coupon on this because I know that the value on this is going to be much higher than the Lost Treasure. So what we really want to see is what the drops are going to be like, and I'm going to show you me opening them at a small amount, and then it's going to get bigger over time to see if any of the drops are better. So as you see here, oh, they do have a 2% one. Those are so worthless. But yeah, so they have 2%. Luckily, they don't have purple here, but it looks like they have, this one is 10%, level 3, 10%. That's pretty good. So to be honest, for $99, I'm already kind of like, okay, this is actually not that bad. So we're going to open up 4 this time. And we got 2 level 4s from opening 4. That's 15%. It's pretty good, right? That's okay. So 15%, 4%, 3% for whatever reason, and then 15%. It's a lot of buffs. So let's open it with a bigger amount this time. So we're going to open 6 and see if maybe we get better drops. But this was pretty good, getting 2 level 4s. So we're opening up 6. And wow, we got 3 level 4s. Okay, so that's, oh, that's 20%. I didn't know they had 20%. I thought it was 15 tops. So we got a 20%, a 15%, a 3%, a 10%. That's pretty good. And then a 4% and a 3%. So I guess where this is going to be really hard. Okay, so this is why this is a really hard one, okay? This is why in the last video you saw that I did not use the skill books, because you have to make these difficult decisions. So I look at the type of duty generals that this, this shows, and you've got the hospital, you've got the warehouse officer, you've got academy. So you've got a wide array of officers. And in my mind, I want to use the most recent generation, right? So even though I have older duty generals that I'm still using, I think to myself, don't I want to use these on the most recent generation of generals, because I know that that will last longer. But what's interesting, and I think I kind of unraveled this when the Hawkwood guy came out, is that these duty officers are becoming defense and offense duty generals. It almost is coming to the point where I want to keep both sets, because some of these, duty generals give really good defense buffs, and especially when you're going to be facing 200 million rallies, K50s, you're going to need defense. And that's like what I always focus on. So on this market general here, it's all these defense buffs. And you'll see on that level 3-star, that red 3-star, it says enemy ranged troop attack -30% and defense -20%. That's a huge debuff, right? And so all of these are very defense focused. And so now that makes sense that the past officer skill books were defense skill books, and now they have these offense skill books. So let's take a look at these skill books. So you see how it says defending? Everything is defending up here. And then now we have the attacking ones that say attacking. So there's also actually some debuff ones here that, I don't know, I just never used any of these. I guess I have a lot of inventory that I need to put on some of these generals this weekend. I didn't even know I had any of this stuff. That's like the crazy part. Okay, so we got through all of these, but as you saw, there is attacking skill books, and then there's defense skill books, and then there's a couple of debuff skill books in there, I guess, for the subgenerals. So the reason why this is difficult is because I personally think that the Michael in-city defense debuffs and buffs are really good. Like, I can see myself using that for quite a while. Now, if you compare this to the offense market officer, the buffs are completely different. It is completely like apples to oranges. So you can't technically say one is better than the other. So let me show you what her buffs show. So when you're looking at this, it's attacking ground troop and mounted troop, defense and HP. That to me is like, we don't really do a lot of ground and cav. Maybe, the game will change, but we do mostly siege and range. And then we have in-city troop attack, HP, only 10%, and then we have construction speed, which is not a PvP buff. Then you have, when the general is market officer, attacking range troop and siege machine attack and defense, 30%. So that's pretty huge. Then on your fourth star, your fourth red star, you have, this is interesting, where it says, your enemy defending range troop and siege machine attack and HP against your in-rally troops. So again, this is more verbiage that shows that our debuffs in rally actually do matter. Whereas in the whole philosophy it was the rally leader that carried those debuffs. A lot of this terminology and a lot of these new buffs that are coming out say that. So it makes you think that the debuffs that you don't get on your sub generals, the gear, and your sub cities are quite important. So I think that the hardest part of this is figuring out, if you're a budget person, right? If you can only have one, that's going to be probably 90% of Evony's. We can only choose one. I mean, I personally think that Michael is going to be better for me, and I don't have to waste a red chest on the newest general. Now, other people, they might think that the game is going in the other direction of offense, where offense is king. And that is this, like the pendulum that happens on mobile games is defense reigned for quite a long time, maybe about, 2 years. And now it's going back into the offense. So you having a lot more offense and then being able to dodge rallies and not take them at all might be what gets you through all stars and all of that kind of stuff. So making decisions is really hard for me, and obviously you can see that I'm the type that I would rather not make a decision and not make a wrong decision than just, put skill books recklessly on something and then realize that I'm not going to use that general. But if you are at that coin level and you want to buy packs and do all of the groundwork that you've got to do to get all three of them, then this is a guaranteed way for you to get all three debuff skill books. It's the same concept as when you do your regular, military. This is Evony 101. Hopefully you guys know this to save you time, but you're going to lay down all of your purples, right? What you want in purple, you're going to lay down in those skill books. And as you see here, it gets frustrating because you just keep replacing each other and you're going to be wasting quite a bit of purple skill books. So that means you're going to have to buy quite a bit of debuff packs, right? In order for you to get enough skill books to finally get all three. Then once you get all three of the exact, buffs that you want, all purple, then you're going to go and replace it with your level 4s, and they will replace it 1-to-1 exactly. You will not have any issue doing this. This is just a guarantee replacement. So if you're really hard up on wanting to get all three of those skill books filled, then that is what you're going to have to do. Do I know what the cost is of that? Have I seen any whale do this? I think the only whale that I know that did this was like Small Peepee, and he quit. So I'll have to ask him, but I'm sure he doesn't even remember. But that is what it takes, is for you to get a bunch of those purple skill books for you to have a guarantee. And I am going to waste my purple skill books for you guys to see. So let me find. I don't want to use any of the skill books on any of these generals that I know that will be replaced in the near future. So here's Iska. He's got a purple one on him. Okay. So let's use him as the sample of what this will look like for you if you actually bought a bunch of packs to do this. Okay. So that's my only one debuff skill book. And now I'm going to replace. What I'm doing is I'm going to use the least favorable one, right? The least, buff that I want. I'm going to save that siege machine attack one at the end because I want that one to trump any of those skill books. So as you see, my luck was bad and it replaced the debuff skill book, and then it just did it again, replaced the debuff skill book. So I wasted 2. And we're going to go ahead and do this again. I just need to figure out which one to replace. Okay, so I already have a range. Okay, and it looked like I have 2 now. So I'm not going to try to get that third one just because, again, I know I'm not going to buy these. I know I'm not going to do this in the future. But if I happen to get, a siege machine attack 4, a debuff for that, I can easily then just replace it here. So I hope this explanation and analysis helped, because it actually helped me doing this in real time, not realizing all the mistakes that I made in the past, not realizing that I had all of these skill books, and not realizing that if I wanted to make my officer duty generals have all 3 skill books and I wanted to invest, and do it this way, I can. And you can too if you wanted to go that route. Is it worth it? You would have to do the math and figure that out on your own. But for me, I'm really happy to know that I'm going to get extra buffs. And for the price that I paid for that 99 pack, I think it's a really good value. As long as you make sure you put it on a general that's going to last you for a little bit. See you guys.